Okay, number 41, we are trying to graph a conic section. I know that this one is a hyperbola. I know that because I've got the two fractions with the minus sign in between. So I can take off the two ellipses there. I know it's going to be one of the two hyperbolas over here. The other thing I can look at on this one is that I've got a center point at -1, 2. And then I've got vertices that are going to be 5 away, and I'm going to go to the left and to the right 5 because of that 25. So let me start by going to -1, 2 on this one, and then I'm going to go over 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I would need to have a vertex right there, and I don't. So it's not going to be C, but if I go -1, 2 on this one, and then go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in either direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there, there are my vertices on my hyperbola, so D is going to be my option. All right, on 42, it's asking me to identify these conics just by looking at the equation. Let me remind you a couple of things. First of all, with an ellipse, A and C are not going to be equal, and they're going to have a plus sign in between them. With the circle, A and C are equal and have that plus sign in between. With a parabola, we just have the 1 squared term. And with the hyperbola, A and C are not equal, and there's a minus sign in between. So looking at that equation right there, I just have the 1 squared term here with y squared, so I know that this is going to be a parabola. So C is going to be my answer. We can omit number 43. We did that's parameters, and we did eliminating parameters first semester, so you can omit number 43. And then on 44, we're looking at an ellipse. So with an ellipse, I know that I'm working with this formula. All right, so let me draw a picture of kind of what I have here. So I've got a center point at 5, -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -2. And then I know that I have one vertex over here at 11, -2. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, -2. So that distance right there is going to be 6. So I've got one going 6 in the other direction. So we're looking a little bit of something like this. All right. Then the other thing I know is that my minor axis length, so this one's going to be my major axis length. My minor axis length, the total length is 4, so that's going to be 2. So I'm going to go up 2, so 1, 2, and I'm going to go down 2 to get my other 2 points. So again, something kind of like this. All right, so this one right here is 2. All right, so let me start with my center point. This is my H and my K right here. So X goes with X, and opposite sign, and Y goes with Y with the opposite sign. I know it's always going to be equal to 1. And then in this case, the bigger one needs to go underneath X because we're going in an X direction with that. So that's going to be 6 squared, or 36. And in this case, we're going 2 in a Y direction, so 2 squared gives me 4. So there's my equation for that ellipse. Let's see, on 45, it wants me to find the center and the vertices and the foci for an ellipse. Let's get this into our formula for an ellipse. I know that I need that to be equal to 1. So let's see here, 1600 divided by 25 is going to give me 64, so they're going to be opposites of each other. So I'm looking at x squared over 64. And then I'm looking at y squared over 25 is going to be equal to 1. All right, so my center point then, let me get a little graph going. My center point, there's nothing with x and there's nothing with y, so my center point is going to be at 0, 0. All right, then for my vertices, I'm going to go in an x direction 8, so I'm going to go left and right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 this way. So those are going to be at 8, 0 and -8, 0. And then I'm going to go in a y direction 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are going to be in a y direction So that will be 0, 5, and 0, negative 5. All right, and then for my foci, I'm going to use the opposite sign in my equation. So a squared minus b squared equals c squared. All right, so a is going to be my 64. So I'm going to do 64 minus 25 equals c squared. So 64 minus 25 gives me 39. So my c value is going to be the square root of 39. And I want to do that in the direction of my bigger axis. So here it is right here, 8. So I'm going to go left and right 8 to find that. So that's going to be positive square root of 39 with 0 and negative square root of 39 with 0. All right, and we will pick that up in the next video.